So I just thought I'd throw together this quick unscripted video. This is my Apple IIc that I've been using in the past couple days, along with the drive. I can never remember the name of it. It's I'll put a link to the project down below. It's basically a Apple floppy to micro SD adapter. Can support up to 4 ProDOS drives. Press the button to change which one is the primary for booting. As you can see here, it's just booted up into ProDOS right now. That's on this thing, and then I have my switch that changes the color. Turns on and off the color for the Apple IIc, and then this here is a disc cable from an Apple Disc 2 for an Apple II, and the end was cut off of the cable when I got it, so I ended up using it to make this cable, which is basically just wired straight through, so that you can plug in a regular cable, Disc 2 into an Apple II. Yeah, I can put this up on Thingiverse if people are interested. It's a shell that I created, and this is a remix of another project where someone made a DB23, I think. But I modified it to be 19, and then the pins on the inside are cut down from a D25. It's basically just the inside part. You take off the metal shielding around the outside of one of those, and you cut off the pins you don't need, and then you shove that into this connector, and bam, you got a 19. Or a 23, I guess, if you want. Anyway, I made all of this in the past couple days, like right around Kansas Fest. This one I made during Kansas Fest. And I can't plug this back in right now. Oh, come on. Come on, cable. You're making me look bad. Don't need any help. Okay, there we go. And yeah, I made this a couple weeks ago. It's basically you're gonna make me look bad too. Well, just shows how much power it has. Oh man, it popped off. Basically, it's got these little teethy fins on the back here. You can see it there. And they hook into some of these fins here, and then you just kind of put it in and push it down, and it snaps into place, and it's sturdy, and you can push down on this no problem. I'll give a tour inside my Apple II, because I got it off of a trash bin, or out of a trash bin, and it was missing all the screws. It didn't work. The floppy cable was plugged in wrong, but it had the power brick. And then it took me about 7 years before I actually got around to figuring out what was wrong with it. Turns out all that was really wrong with the machine itself was some of the RAM chips were bad. But yeah, I've upgraded this. I put a ROM 4X inside. I have a color black and white switch. I replaced a lot of the screws so that it actually holds itself together. And, it works. This is Llama that Pam knit for me. He's cute. Yeah. So a couple other things in this area. There's one of my SEs. This one just had some like Mac Write and stuff on it, and it was just easy to set up here. So that's what I used. I usually use a Classic 2 as my go-to machine because it's the one that I have is reliable. My preferred compact Mac is an SE30, but none of mine are really configured right now. There's my Parrot, or macaw, I guess, and simple green. But yeah, this is it's not hooked up right now, but it's gonna be controlled by like MIDI probably. And this is my armature for doing motion capture that I made. So it's got all of the same degrees of freedom that, or degrees of movement that this has. It has the head turn and the beak can open and close and stuff. Here's my crow, which I kind of want to finish. I kind of want to paint some gold and stuff, but I don't think it's really necessary. I'm kind of happy with him just being like that. And that's actually a guitar stand upside down that's kind of wedged in to the little gap up there that's holding him up. I used to use the guitar stand right side up, and it was perfect for holding Crow, but this works out really well. Over here, I got some Macs and Commodore 64 stuff over there, and Amigas. There's my Tron Mini, or Cabaret. My Amiga area, which I've yet to actually connect up. We got a Commodore 128 set up here. Got the 128, got a Pi 1541 in a nice case that I got off of Thingiverse and printed. Modified the front to hold the rotary controller because the original one just had the buttons and I don't like that interface. Yeah, so there's a bunch of Commodore stuff over there, and this is my arm for filming stuff. This is what I actually used the other day. I would have this phone in here instead of this one, but it's just here for demonstration purposes. So it's basically just it's an old desk lamp arm. In fact, here's the original base for it, but I wanted it to be a little bit more secure and off the edge. So I just have this little 2x4 clamped in here. There's my knee. So yeah, especially with the wide angle on this new iPhone 11, well, new for me, it's worked out great. But yeah, I got that. I 3D printed this little bracket here that goes in there, and I can attach an accessory over here if I want to. Whatever, don't need to. And over here I got it's a Manfrotto ball joint thingy. And then I can place this wherever I need to. I can angle it however I need to angle it for filming over here, which is what I did the other day for my my Kansas Fest project. Yeah, I'm kind of messy. I kind of wanted to not do videos until I cleaned up, but you know what? This is kind of how things are, so deal with that. Some other things here. This is a Apple IIc to FTDI 5-pin interface so that I can use a USB. Do I have one around here? I should. I can use one of these USB to FTDI adapters, and then just like that. I'll get to that in a moment. Just like that, I have a USB to Apple IIc adapter. And this is what I use for ADT Pro for the 2C, and it's also what I use for my printer simulator, my Llama printer. And then this is sort of the same thing, FTDI to DB9, which when I use this one, and I designed and 3D printed these cases. The black tape on the side means that that's the black wire on the thing. So that's easy to see. Actually, this is plugged in backwards right now because there's the black stripe. Anyway, so this one will let me hook up other things. Like, for example, this used to be the cable that let me print from my... by the way, the irony here is that normally for doing this sort of stuff, I'd be using this little this camera mount so that things are nice and sturdy or stationary, not wiggly. But I'm doing this all handheld because it is. Yeah, so this used to be, where's the cable? well, I don't have it. This used to just come to a DB25, and then I have a Twitter post picture of this somewhere where I had it like in a 9 to 25 and a gender changer to another thing to one of these, and it was like this long monstrosity just to hook up USB to. This is the mini DIN 8 cable that goes to the serial port on that. But it originally was the cable that came with our image writer for our Amiga. So this is actually wired as Amiga serial. Plug this into the back of like my Amiga 1000, and I can hook the other end of this up to an image writer printer, and I can print out to it. But I needed, for my project, one of these so that I could use one of these. And basically it's like that. And now if you ignore this side, which is why I printed this cap, there we go, perfectly ignored. Now I can do USB to image writer or USB to the Mac, so I can print from the Mac and have it be captured by Llama Writer. Yeah, so this is a whole lot better. Oh, and inside these is a little level converter that goes TTL serial to RS-232 level serial, like the minus 12 volts or whatever. So it's, level converter. Nothing crazy there, just the case is a little weird. Yeah. So this, and this is going to be the last thing I show here. This is my, there we go. This is my, my Disky display. You know what? I'm not going to do anything more on this. This is my Disky display. I'll do another video on this because this has a lot that I can talk about. But in the past day or so, right as Kansas Fest was starting, but before Slack Fest started, I added a rotary controller to the Arduino that's inside of here. And right now I just have a button to reset it. But I want to add a menu, so like you turn this and you can change the date and time or the display mode. But there we go. That is a quick kind of where things are in my office area. This is, it's a mess. I know. Maybe I'll deal with that at some point. That's a project. Not gonna really talk about that right now. That's a project. Anybody figure out what that is? Anyone? Okay, I guess that's it for now. Have a good one, everyone, and hope you're all doing well. And we'll have another video soon.